I'm here with Matt Wheeler, singer-songwriter from Lancaster County, PA. And what were you nominated for this year?
It was the folk storytellers category and also the Christmas covers category.
Yeah, the Christmas covers was a new one. I wasn't expecting that one, but that was a pretty cool category. And you got to also perform live. Brand new song, and it was sort of funny because you had made the comment that it was so new that you didn't really know it that well, and the lyrics are scrolling behind you, and the people are trying to sing along, and you were flubbing the lyrics, but they were correcting you as you were singing.
It was like a couple of points there. Yeah, like maybe turning around would have made it easier on that, but no, I mean, but it was great. Like I encourage everyone to clap along, and they were right there for it.
You had them on 2 and 4.
It was yes, and it was like in the last hour or so, which that's asking a lot. But yeah, everyone was very gracious, and it was a good time. It's a little shot of energy.
Yeah, it was like a nice breath of fresh air, and you got the crowd like reinvigorated and rolled them along. And yeah, it's just great to see you again. And what's new for you? I haven't been following you too much lately. You're still with Vintage Heart?
Yeah. So well, technically yes, but so Caleb, our violinist, moved to Georgia. Now has 3 kids as well. He and his wife too. Yeah. So basically, like we kind of all went and like our drummer still lives nearby where I'm at, but otherwise it's mostly playing solo. But occasionally I'll play with one or two of the guys. But yeah, mostly it's the Matt Wheeler part of Matt Wheeler and Vintage Heart. It's always been like the solo project that wasn't really solo. So life circumstances. But yeah, so as far as what's next, so I released an album called Wonder of It All in 21, and it was based on classic works of literature like The Hobbit and The Little Prince and Watership Down and Horace and His Boy and Orthodoxy. That's all of them actually. And but this time around, I'm looking at a September release date for an album called A Hard History of Love. The song that I played, The Way We Are, is based on that. And actually the chorus is, the first part of the chorus is a direct quote from Wendell Berry, because like all of the songs are based off short stories by Wendell Berry, which I understand is like really niche, but it makes for like really good, like they're really rich stories, so they make for good songs as well. And this one that I played today was based on this quote one of the characters says about how we're members of each other, all of us, everything, and basically the difference isn't in who is and who isn't, but who knows it and who doesn't. So the song is most of their songs like tell a scene from a story or several scenes. This one is basically like just focusing on that idea of how important, like God designed us to need each other. He provides for us, and part of His provision is fellow believers and the people around us. So yeah, that's what that song's about, and I'll probably be running a Kickstarter before long. I'm still working on that, and got almost final mixes for most of the songs and stories. So it's gonna be good. That's what's coming up next.
I missed the old concert window thing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Online. Well, yeah, that's true. And the concert window folded in like September of 19, so it was like right before everyone was streaming online. But yeah, I used to do a monthly concert there, and it was fun. It also pushed me to like I would do themes, and like I'd learn a cover I didn't know before. Someone would request a song, and I'd figure it out, or I did a mashups one where I made some new mashups. It's like it was just fun, but yeah, I mean, but then like I think most of us got kind of burned out on the on online concerts because during the worldwide event that shall not be named, from about 21 to 20, mostly that first part of 2020, well, spring into summer, like most of us musicians are like, oh, we'll just go ahead and play online, it'll be just as good. And then it turns out like it was good to some extent. It was something rather than nothing, but so I kind of missed online concerts. But it's nice when I do play for it to be in front of people who are ideally people who are listening. Like I play mostly house concerts and concerts in churches these days. So yeah, like the interaction and the storytelling, like that's so much of what I do. And like I just said, we need each other. So it's encouraging to play for people who are paying attention. I mean, they're paying a valuable asset. Like we know that like social media companies and and ad agencies are feuding for people's attention, right. But it's like it's such a valuable thing, and to give that to another person for even a little while is just a really meaningful thing to do. So that said, like you probably won't find me playing Tom Petty covers in the corner of restaurants these days, but house concerts, Yeah, like where it's really connecting over art and fostering that community like God intended for us. That's what I do.
You had a guy overseas. What was his name? Manny or something like that? What?
Oh, Menno. Yeah,
Menno. Yeah.
Peters. Yeah, we're still email pen pals. Actually, he wrote me not long ago, and I need to write him back. But
he used to sit in one of those concert windows, or the concert window series. And what country was he from? But he was on every time.
Yeah, he's from Amsterdam, from the Netherlands, which Amsterdam is not a country, but yes, right. Holland, the Netherlands, whatever you like to call it. So we've actually stayed in touch, and so whenever the Kickstarter goes live, I'm certainly going to be letting him know about it. And anyway, so that was a cool connection. Like, he's just someone who watched a lot of concert window concerts, happened upon one of mine, and then just kept coming back. Just really cool. Yeah, not a connection that I orchestrated in any sense at all. Just welcomed him in virtually when he would tune in, and he just kept coming back. And
such a cool connection, and that he stuck with you. Yeah. So where can people find you online? In terms of like your new stuff, I know you have several different kind of like iterations, like you said, the solo stuff. You have Vintage Heart. Do you still do August to October, or is that defunct now?
It's funny you would ask that, because actually once I get in my car after I leave here, we're going to an event called the Unger Games. My friend Mark Unger is another one quarter of the band August to October. He and his family for years he had an interruption, but it's back this year where they do like games and a cookout, and they call it the Hunger Games for obvious reasons. Right. But yeah, then so that's actually where I'm going after this, and it's gonna be Mark and I as a duo this year, because neither of the other guys could join us this time. But yeah, so there's that. As far to your original question was where you can find my music. It's so MattWheelerOnline.com, as well as like if you look up Matt Wheeler VH for Vintage Hearts on Instagram, and Facebook, I'm not hard to find. Like, look for a beard, and songs like Wonder of It All and The Way We Are Again is one of the new ones. I do a cover series called the Black and White series, which actually the nomination for the Christmas cover was the installation from that, where I did "Oh Come All You Faithful." So YouTube, if you look up Matt Wheeler, or I think August, October, you could find it that way too. But Matt Wheeler, Black and White series, you'll find a wide range of stuff that I've covered. So I covered "Stand By Me" this month. I'm thinking of covering the Carmen Sandiego, "Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego" theme song next month, just because. I did one of mashups. I did a Christmas song, as I mentioned. Like, it's all over the place, but it's a lot of fun. So
didn't you did a cover of "I'd Like to Visit the Moon"?
Yeah. So I don't want to live on the moon. The Ernie song from.
I couldn't remember the name of it, but I remember that from Sesame Street.
Yeah. So that one I released that not this year but last year. Recorded that with Stephen Courtney, a friend from back in Lancaster County, and then this year I actually recorded one of my favorite songs, I think maybe the best song from the Muppet movie, which is "I'm Going to Go Back There Someday."
Is that Gonzo's song?
Gonzo's song, yeah. I mean, Rainbow Connection's good. Moving Right Along is a ton of fun, but there's something about that one. Like, I don't think that the songwriters were talking about heaven or the new creation, but it sure seems like it's pointing that direction. Like if you go back and listen to that song, so. Yeah, I felt inspired. Another long story goes with that as far as why I recorded it, but yeah, basically that's something I released this calendar year. So I didn't think to mention that, but yes, that is. So you look at Matt Wheeler, like, I don't know if I'm gonna do like a Muppets cover album, but I'm 2 songs into it if I decide I want to. So
you totally should do that.
That could be fun. There's a lot of material out there, but.
Hope that something better comes along.
Yeah, or what's the song from Right Where I Belong from Muppets Take Manhattan? So I'm right where I belong. That one. So, yeah, I mean, I could rock that one. But anyway, so yeah, I wouldn't say there's been like a really linear path for like what I'm going to release and write. Like, there's the albums, which are based on classic works of literature generally, and then there's like this, like, I record singles in between. It's just like whatever the inspiration has been. God opens the door, like. The thing with I wasn't planning to cover a Gonzo song, but there's a part in it where he says there's not a word yet for old friends who just met, which is a beautiful concept. And I was attending this faith and arts conference called Hutchmoot, and I guess randomly, probably providentially, played that song on my drive, and then like that line just kept coming back because it was this conference. Most people I hadn't met in person ever before, but it felt like we were old buddies, and so there was a real connection, especially in the body of Christ. There's, we have that common bond. Kindred Awards, to bring it back to that, the community around it, like there's a common bond even if we've not met in person, or if we're just meeting for the first time. It's like we already have something really foundational that we can relate to together. So yeah, that's I forget now what question I was answering just there, but yeah, that's
you got thank you again, Matt Wheeler. It's always great to talk to you, great to see you again, and everybody check him out online. He's got, like he says, a plethora of music on all different topics, stuff on classics, stuff on classic Muppets, and looking forward to all the stuff you have coming forward. Thanks Matt.
Absolutely.